You're looking for a nice smooth runway that all of a sudden has an obstruction in it, a board, a coat, something out of the ordinary, I guess is a good way to put it. And anything out of the ordinary causes an animal to stop and have to double check to make sure it isn't something like a predator that may be in wait for them. So you want everything to be as close to the same color, as close to the same smoothness, texture. Flooring, we see that flooring will cause problems if it's roughened up and then all of a sudden it turns smooth. It'll cause animals to stop and want to check it out to make sure that it's maybe not a cliff or something they should be concerned about.
Good treatment of animals, you're going to have less bruises on both cattle and pigs, and bruised meat has to be cut out and thrown out. In pigs, you're going to have less pale, soft, exudative meat, soft, kind of squishy, dried out, yucky kind of meat. And that last 10 minutes in the stunning chute, if pigs are poked a lot with electric prods and things like that, that'll hurt meat quality. So there's meat quality reasons for good handling. Employee safety. Handling cattle is another really big thing. Also, it's the right thing to do. These animals feel fear and pain. Cattle bruise extremely easily. You've got a tough hide on the outside, but they're like a soft peach inside. You can have a hide that's perfect with no damage. Inside, you've got a gigantic bruise where they bumped into a gate latch that was sticking out. Or they got them excited coming off a truck and they jammed in the door of the truck.
I've been in situations where you'll see the quality numbers of product come back indicating that you have a problem with handling, and you can track that back. Sometimes you can track it back to a specific group of cattle that came in, maybe had some transport distress or some sort of distress out in the barn, and you can literally track it back to that group. So it's a proven fact.
Cattle can be a big safety problem when they get upset. They can run over people, they can rear up on top of people, kick people, and when 1,300-pound animals get scared and frightened, they get dangerous. So safety is a very important reason for handling large cattle, especially cattle, in a quiet manner. It's very good psychologically for the people. I've noticed real changes in the people's attitudes when we got the electric prodders out of their hands. The people are calmer. They like their jobs better. You're going to have less job turnover. They don't get as tired because they're not constantly fighting with scared, frightened animals.
Those animals could cause serious damage. We deal with 2,200-pound bulls in our plant, and bulls are known for their violent behavior and their quick tempers, and so they can cause a lot of damage. Understanding how animals behave, what causes calm movement and what excites them, can allow you to perform your job in a manner to keep them in the calmest state possible. They're really both part of the same thing, and that's handling animals well promotes worker safety. When people know that the company's interested in their safety, when they know they're interested in the safety of the animals, that's a good company to work for. There's an element of trust involved, and I think those are all signs that the company's acting in good faith. The company's here for the long run, and this is a good company to work for. If I treat animals well, I should expect that my employees are going to be treated well too.
One of the big things to try to train people on is they got to use behavior to control an animal, not force. I mean, cattle and pigs both are very controlled by their vision. So when I go to a plant to try to troubleshoot a problem with handling, I do what I call my lights and cardboard trick. And I get big pieces of cardboard, duct tape, and then I get some lights on portable cords, and we try putting them in different places to change the lighting. I'll cover up places where animals can see through a crack in the fence with duct tape and cardboard, and then I'm just amazed that all of a sudden it works. I remember one plant, they'd put in one of my center track restrainer systems. It was the second plant where we started this equipment up, and a cattle just went absolutely berserk in it. And what had happened was they had changed the design of the piece of equipment. They had changed it. And so I laid a piece of cardboard over the top of the chute, and the cattle just became calm. All that was holding in 1,300-pound cattle was cardboard and duct tape. That's the power of using behavior. I want to teach people how to, use behavior to move an animal. Look for those little distractions. They really matter. That little reflection. Let's say you get a little hole in a window or something in it, and it lets a shaft of sunlight in. That can make your animal stop. Cover it up with get it covered up. Look for the details. Watch what the animal's seeing, and you can get your chute system working so well, your animals are just going to walk up there really, really quietly.
And when it's a distraction, the cow will stop and look at that distraction, and once it stops, then the cow behind it stops, and the cow behind it stops, and the cow behind it stops. So it's literally a chain reaction.
One of the things I like to tell people is that animals are talking to us all the time. It's just we're not smart enough to listen to them. So if you sit back and you watch the animals, they will tell you where there's areas of concern, and then you have to get in the area, put your mind through the eyes of the animal, and you'll be able to see what they're looking at that concerns them. But you have to be able to listen.
We audit everything. We audit everything from how they come in on the trucks, how they're unloaded, how they're handled in the barns, how they're handled up to stunning, and to ensure that they're insensible after stunning. We go on and we audit things to look at product quality that have direct relationships to animal welfare as well, and we do that daily, weekly. We bring in external auditors to confirm our internal findings.